and gentlemen, welcome to this very special episode of Petey's Awesome Guest Battle. Not just any episode, but this is our 170th episode, and with an episode like this, we need a huge name, a huge legendary name that I am a huge fan of. But before we get to tonight's legendary name that we're going to bring back for part 2 of this interview, I would like to introduce tonight's co-host for this evening. All wonderful people. First off, he is one of my true friends in life, and that is Dan Romano.
Hey Pete, thanks for having me. Glad to be here. And James, glad to see you again.
So good to see you, man.
And just hope you noticed a little bit. This is the only Dino charge thing I got. It's a little bit there, but and it's also black. So if it's one quick thing, I'm looking forward to seeing you at Ranger Stop too.
Awesome, amazing.
It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be cool. I can't wait for Ranger Stop and PMCC. Also join us too tonight, another good friend of mine for life, and that is from jolly old England, Mr. Kwame Jacobs.
Yo, what's up, guys? Glad to be back here again. It's actually been a very long time, and James, I'm glad you're back here.
So good to see you again, man. Yay!
Always good to see you, Kwam. Now, also joining us tonight is a gentleman I had the pleasure and privilege of meeting at last year's PMCC, a fellow fan like me, a super diehard fan, and that is Daniel Rigo. And if I said that wrong, I apologize.
Yeah, that's okay. You're saying it close enough. That's good enough. But
Sorry about that.
It's so exciting doing this. It's my first time doing this specific thing because, it's 5:10 in the morning here in Melbourne. So, so I have to get up pretty early for this.
We're glad to have you on, Dan. Oh, I'm sorry. We have two Dan-Dans. Okay, I'm going to call you Dan. I'm going to call you Daniel. So that way we don't confuse each other.
Hang on, who's who?
I'm going to call Dan Romano Dan, and I'm going to refer to Daniel as Daniel.
Perfect.
You can call me whatever you want. I mean, again, we're going to be hanging in person anyway soon. So.
Well, I love the introduction already.
All right, let's do it, boys.
You guys are so good at this. I didn't want to interrupt by talking too much, but I just it's such a pleasure to be here with you all, and I had such an amazing time last time, and thank you so much, Peter, for inviting me back, and to see your lovely faces, and Daniel, to meet you for the first time. We've never met.
We met at Power Morphicon
last
year. I remember sometime I was showing you a clip of one of Melbourne Storm's greatest rugby league players, Cameron Smith. He kicked that goal while he slipped over.
Right. Yes. Awesome. It's good to see you again, man. Very cool. Well, hopefully we can get you to Morphicon next year as well.
Hopefully.
Me too.
Mr. Davies,
nice.
I have a first question for you, and this is going to be your not typical cliche question. I already asked that on our first interview. So I'm going to ask questions that we didn't get to ask on the first interview we did, and I was curious to know that, you had, we know Power Rangers Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge was a big production, though. So I was curious to know, what was a typical day like on the set of Power Rangers Dino Charge?
Typical day. Do you know what? I don't know if there was any typical days really. I mean, it started as we got into, or later in the first season, it started to become sort of 6-day weeks. The sixth day being, it ranges from, sometimes you can wake up at 3, 4 in the morning or something, and you need to be picked up. You need to get changed as quick as possible and go, and you're like, I'm not naturally a morning person, so that's all fun and games. But then we get picked up by somebody absolutely lovely and driven to location, to base. We get hair and makeup done, costume and things. Sometimes we get to have breakfast first, and then sometimes we either get our own trailer that we can hang out in, which is a huge luxury. Or we get to share one and just hang out with some friends, and then it's very much a hurry up and wait. You've probably heard this with other people that you may have chatted with. Screen, TV and film is very much a hurry up and wait process, right? So you've got to get everything sorted at a certain time, and then it's all about conserving your energy until the moment that you need to be on set and film and everything like that. So it is it's a major and definitely something to get used to. And so that could be potentially it could range from 4-hour day to all the way to a 12, 13-hour day. You just don't know. And then on the 6th day, we would have something called ADR, which I understand. I'm not 100% sure if I'm getting this right, but I'll explain exactly what it is. ADR, additional dialogue replacement, and it's basically if somebody in the States is like part of the production team's like, we can't understand James's weird accent, we need to re-record that particular thing. So I go in the booth. It wasn't just me, but say I would go into the sound booth, have so much fun, and scream and shout and do all that sort of fun stuff, and a lot of in-suit stuff, right? So we would all do it because we'd have the professionals. This is a really long answer, but we'd have the professional stunt team dressed in the amazing outfits which we all know and love, and then we would go into the ADR booth and voice the characters. So yeah, really, really fun. So that would be on the 6th day, and then on the 7th day we'd rest. Oh, and on top of that, hopefully we would come home after either a 4-hour day or a 12-hour, 13-hour day, something like that, and eat and work out, and then possibly hopefully learn our lines for the next day, and that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, so it's pretty intense. But it's so much fun in the process. You just got to really look after your energy. Yeah. That was a long answer.
That was a long answer. You are not kidding.
A very powerful one indeed, though, James. And I gotta ask you too.
Thanks, man.
But before, this is where we're gonna. You want to continue with the questions, because I have a clip prepared for you. Do you want to get to the clip now, or do you want to wait later on?
Surprise me, man. Whatever. This all sounds amazing. I'm so excited.
Okay, so I prepared a 2-minute clip for you, James. It's to pay tribute to you. It's actually part of the video that I actually made as part of the videos. It's called The Ultimate Best of Chase Randall. Now, this is a video that I made that is, you can find it on YouTube on the page, where it's every single scene that you did unmorph as Chase Randall in every single episode of Power Rangers Dino Charge and Super. Is it Dino Charge, Super Dino Charge, or is it Super Dino Charge? Correct.
It's yeah. No, we all had to learn this one. Dino Supercharge. There you go. Kwame got it.
I'm a Power Rangers nerd, so it's easy for me.
What I do is I like to make compilation videos, and what I did was I dissected every single scene that you were in for all Dino and Dino Supercharge episodes and comprised it into this special. I think it's a 2 or 3 hour video. It's literally a 3-hour video of nothing but James Davies.
Well,
we're gonna show this.
That's a long time.
That is long.
We don't have entire time to show the video now, but we do have time to show 2 minutes of this clip from particular episodes that shows James as a national treasure and being a comedic genius. So go. I'm gonna go share screen. So let me know when everyone can see, and then we're gonna let me know if you see it. Okay.
Okay. Exciting.
I just gotta pull it up. I apologize. Hold on. So you might hear a little sound. I apologize.
No worries.
Never mind. Here we go. I'm gonna share screen. Let me know if everyone can see. All right. Can everyone see?
All right. Hang on.
It's loading.
All right.
Yep. Should be
see
good.
it. I see it.
Hold on. Let me try this again because I don't see you guys in the. Hold on. Wait. There we go. There we go. Now,
Yeah, I see it too.
Okay. This is the video I made. Ultimate Best of James Davies.
Let's do it.
2-minute clip.
Here we go.
44 episodes.
There's our boy right there.
Can't hear any sound. Well, now, dude.
Please.
Is everyone here?
You're scaring me.
Yeah.
By the way, my favorite episode. Wolf Roll.
Hey, Coda. What's up? Whoa. What happened to them?
Not take those in. Oh.
And that music. It's too.
Oh, come on! Now we get zombified too. Come on, man.
I agree. This was just gold.
Oh, sorry, Shelby. It's got more power than I realized.
You owe me a new bag.
Hey, that's the NZ boys. They're from New Zealand. Oh, you're not one of those crazy fans, are you? The ones that know all the lame lyrics by heart. Who wear the NZ boy t-shirts.
No, not that crazy.
Oh, you weren't planning on going to that concert tonight, were you?
Well, maybe. This is the first time they've ever played outside of New Zealand.
I'm gonna travel the world, turn it upside down. Woo!
How did he know the lyrics?
And now
Beats me, dude. It's me.
He's a secret fan. Aww.
That's good.
you look like cotton candy.
Barely breathe. And my feet feel like they're getting chomped on by alligators. No way. I refuse to pretend to be.
Poor Shelby.
You don't have to pretend.
So what do you think?
That's so good. Thank you so much, Peter. That is so lovely. Lovely memories. It's man, they did such a great job, hey? Like, far out. It was really cool to work with such talented people, and yeah, thank you very much. And for your gigantic video that you put together, Peter. Very grateful, man. That's very cool. And thank you for taking the time. That means a lot.
Anytime. I'm actually working on a new video right now. I'm actually for excuse me again. I'm fighting a very bad cough, so I apologize if I cough.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, excuse me. But I'm actually in the process of making one for our guest star coming up, Kerrigan Mahan. It's the ultimate best of Goldar, which would feature every single scene that he did at Goldar from all 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin, Zeo, and I believe in Space.
Yeah, in space was his. Yeah, in space was his final appearance until the Z-wave hit everyone.
But we have a couple more questions though, and Quam, your first question?
Yeah, you got it. All right. So James, what are your your best memories of shooting the episode Warg World?
My favorite.
Yeah, I think crumbs. That was a while ago, wasn't it? Do you know what? We had somebody that I had sort of seen out and about, and so I used to be a professional dancer, and so I saw this guy out and about, and I think, was it him that was in Warg World? Was it? Yeah. So the guy who played Warg was actually somebody I knew, which was really cool because, filming in New Zealand, we were working, most of the main cast were from the States, but then they would bring in other people from, other Kiwi artists and things and whatnot to join the team. And it was just so much fun to collaborate with lots of people that I'd sort of seen out and about in the industry. So it was really lovely to see him working and to have the opportunity to work with him on Warg World was fun. But yeah, no, it was good. It was definitely that was Dino Supercharge, wasn't it? Definitely later on in the.
It was near the end.
Yeah. And so yeah, man, I think one of the biggest takeaways from doing 2 whole seasons of a show is that you get it's like putting on a really comfortable pair of slippers, something that or a comfortable pair of shoes that it just feels right. And you just sort of slip straight back into the character pretty quick. So it was lots of fun. It was good.
That's cool.
Yep.
One thing I love about it, if I may say really quick, is I'm a big Romero zombie guy, and I like how they reference that with, like, even you guys with the movements, because that's kind of what Romero's zombies did. But just I appreciate that little detail of World. That's why it's one of my favorite episodes of Supercharged, because again, I love Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead.
Yeah,
so
nice.
They're just really random tangent there, but it's the little things like that. Plus, I think again, like the young ones who see it, it'll expand their mind, so then they can discover that too. Does that make? I hope I'm making some sense with that. But
yeah, for sure. Especially now that you've said it, they're gonna, somebody's gonna YouTube that and do a little bit of research, I reckon.
I hope so. I mean, it's history and stuff like that. And the fact you guys were referencing that, it's pretty cool because it's not. I always appreciate when Power Rangers does things like that. Like for example, there's an episode of Mighty Morphin a long time ago, Life's a Masquerade. They have a Frankenstein monster in it, and then that's I mean, like we know Guillermo del Toro, Guillermo's new Frankenstein movies out, but then again, there's a whole history to that. But it just basically extends, like you can learn different things from it. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
again, not sure if that makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah, very cool. One of my favorite well, one of my favorite sort of Frankenstein-esque movies is actually Van Helsing. I really enjoy that movie.
So good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With Hugh Jackman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kate
The guy has taste.
Beckinsale and
cultured.
yeah, it's goody.
James,
Nice, man.
I gotta ask you, James, because we're all longtime Power Ranger fans. I mean, from inception though, and growing up, I mean, Power Rangers came on '93 was the year. I mean, I was like 3 or 4 at the time, and in my 30 years watching Power Rangers, there was always like those episodes, like in any season at all, where the Rangers are either turned into inanimate objects or something like that. What I'm getting at is, in your case though, is Power Rangers rock. I want the behind the scenes, like for instance, you were turned into like a rock statue, or Chase was in that episode. When they do episodes in which the Rangers are turned into like inanimate objects or
Frozen.
I'm just gonna say the whole gamut though. I'm gonna run the gamut right here, James. Frozen, eaten, or turned into stone. How do they do all those scenes like in which you guys are encased?
Yeah, they really do it, and then they rush us off to hospital really, really fast. No. So I think I would have to go back and watch some of it to sort of take you through it step by step, I guess, to be reminded. But usually, I think a lot of the time they have sort of like an outline of where, say somebody's like, there's one moment I think where we turn around and we get frozen, and then I think what they probably did is they sort of paused the filming for a moment. And then they have like a little outline of where we were, and then we jump out. They put in the refrigerated moment, picture thing, and then we jump back in the cube or whatever, or it's the statue itself, or you know what I mean. So, and then they probably do some sort of special effects on top of that. That's probably, I'd say that's how they would do most of that stuff on Power Rangers from what I remember of it. Yeah.
Before we get to Dan Romano's first question too, I just want to say 2 things. First off, as when I first watched that episode Rangers Rock, though, I can honestly tell you when they turned you and the entire Rangers into stone, I literally felt and yeah, I'm gonna say this. I mean, watching that, I mean, as a viewer, I felt my heart freeze, or I felt like when you go in an elevator and it takes you straight down to the floor. I felt like my heart stopped either in fear or it raced down to the bottom in fear, because when you see the Rangers, in a defensive state, of course you're gonna think to yourself, what's gonna happen next? I mean, and then they always get you. And by the way, Dan, Kwame, and Dan, correct me if I'm wrong here. They always get you when they do that, and then they always go to a fucking commercial break. So it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Rude. How could they?
No, James, you know what the worst part is, James, is when they make it. And by the way, when I say worst, I mean I love it. By the way, so
but it's coming. But you just
The worst part, James. The worst part, James, is like theoretically, if Chase is doing a scene where like he got captured by the main antagonist of Dino Charge, and it just shows to be continued. I'm like, oh,
now you're gonna how many episodes was it? 1 episode a week that you would get?
I think it was like you get 1 new episode a week, and correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, but they would always show reruns either after school or Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Do you mean about
it's rare. It's kind of rare. They do tend to do that now and again. They do that.
And I will
Did
say,
you?
Stupid question. Do you mean the old days, or do you mean Dino Charge when it aired? Because when that aired, we only got 1.
Oh, I'm talking about in the old days, like the Fox Kids Jetix days.
The old days.
I just wanted to make sure.
They did.
No, I'm saying I would be pissed if they did that in Dino Charged.
Right.
As an adult, I would be like, oh, come on, I waited 30 years and now you're going to give me a to be continued episode?
Yeah.
But
well,
I apologize, Dan. I just want to say one last thing to James. I just want to say, too, that, out of all the Rangers, and all the Rangers are very nice. I mean, like, great, like, personality, like, wise on like, in the show, though. But when it comes to male Rangers, though, like, on screen, Chase Randall is probably the only one I saw that had the most radiant, genuine, and warm smile.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was all written in the script. He's like, you have to have a genuine smile. Okay, I'm going to practice in the mirror. No, I appreciate it, man. That's really sweet of you. Thank you.
No worries. Like, just I've seen 30 years of Power Rangers, and on screen there was no like male ranger that had the most genuine, warm smile like yours. I felt like if hugs were a look, that would explain your face.
Well, I do love hugs, so I appreciate it. Yay.
Dan, your first question before I need to shut up.
No, it's what's funny you mentioned that too is Chase is the one I probably related to the most, and besides Coda too a little bit, but Chase probably the most of all the Dino Charge Rangers. Just I'd throw that out there. And one thing too, you mentioned you were a dancer earlier. I like how they expand. Like you came back in Beast Morphers, and I like how you got to do a little bit of dancing there. So.
Yeah, that was an interesting one, wasn't it? And
Even
and
though
funny.
they disguised you, and it was like, oh no, totally isn't James Davies. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Just go with it, guys. It's totally fine. Was it really, really obvious, do you think?
To me, it was like,
Okay.
It wasn't obvious to me.
Do you know what? It was so lovely. I had to audition. You know, in all fairness, you still got to audition even if you've been in a TV series. You go straight back to auditioning a lot of the time, and so it was so wonderful to Chiplin emailed me. What was that? Like 2019 or something, or 20?
Yeah,
2020.
2019.
2020 was it?
2020.
And and he offered me the opportunity to audition for it, and so I remember just doing some fun dance moves and some like unusual accent that doesn't necessarily resemble anywhere specifically, and it was loads and loads of fun, and just it was just so lovely to be on set, because I don't think at the time we had been told that we were going to do a team up episode or two, and so it was just so lovely to be on set with a whole bunch of familiar faces again, and it's like family, so to kind of go about 8 or 9 months of filming and then be like, see you later guys, hopefully I'll see you on the next thing. So it was really, really nice, and then so good fun to be on set, and they were really, really lovely bunch of people, all of them. So all
They're
of
a
the
great cast,
cast.
but you guys are a great cast too.
Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You are.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I had another question too, James too. But before I do, I'm gonna echo Kwame's question from the first interview we did. Though, and you're gonna be the first person I asked this question to twice. And before I ask my serious question, I have a question you can answer. It's rhetorical. I mean, or you don't have to answer. And that is, how does it feel to be a legend?
My question.
Hey, you asked that question the first one. It's my turn.
Fine, I'll let you have this one off.
I mean, it's really. I of course I appreciate the compliment. It obviously goes back to the character in the series, though, right? Of something that a lot of people have grown up watching, and so that's what is part of making it so legendary, really, doesn't it? What is it? 30 years?
32, actually.
32 years now. It's amazing. So it really just is such an honor and a privilege to have to be part of something like that. I think I probably said this in the first interview that we had as well, but one of the gifts that continues to keep giving from Power Rangers is going to, signings and things like that, so that I get to meet such interesting, amazing, wonderful people that I can just hear like a little glimpse of their life story, or just have a chat. I really love people, so it's so much fun just hanging out with a bunch of people I've potentially never met. Some people I've met before, like you guys online, but also Daniel. We chatted earlier about that we've met at Ranger Stop last year, and Palmorphicon. I'm so sorry. Ranger Stop is this year, right?
You're thinking me from Ranger Stuff.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And Daniel, yes, Dan. Is that what I'm? Dan Romano. That is a very cool full name, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I must have said that last time. It sounds like some kind of like actor's name or something. Anyway, it's very,
I
very
get
good.
Ray Romano. They're like, "Oh, are you related to Ray Romano?" I'm like, "No."
Ah,
But
nice. Yeah, so it really
I
is.
appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Oh, of course, of course. Well, you should thank your parents. But yeah, it's a privilege, and again a gift that continues to keep giving. So really, really special. Yeah. Yay.
Yay! And James, another project that you were part of was the 2008 The Legend of the Seeker. Legends of the Seeker, pardon me. I was curious to know because I believe your character was Mark in this series, right?
Yeah,
Well, I was just-
ages ago.
So I want to get your memories of the shooting Legend of
Yeah.
the Seeker and playing Mark.
Of course, of course. That was one of, I grew up in musical theatre, and then I got into screen, and I had about a year of going, what the heck am I doing? There's a lot of there are some differences in screen as opposed to theatre, and so I learned a lot on the job, and I think I'm still learning on the job from other people and whatnot, and but I remember finding, I talked about on filming Power Rangers, it's the whole conserving your energy thing. I remember finding that quite challenging, because it was like just hours potentially of waiting around, being ready in costume and makeup and hair and everything, and then just waiting for hours. And so, it was just very new, and but the people there were so lovely, so wonderful. People that have obviously done that for years prior, and they even they must have known that I was pretty fresh, and even the director, gave me the opportunity to look on the monitor at some of the takes and stuff, which sometimes you just don't have time for, right? So it's a real luxury, but you really learn a lot I learned a lot by watching as well. And there was this one moment actually where we do this scene where I can't remember the guy's name right now. The person, the character that I play. So in the episode, just for everybody watching who hasn't seen the episode, my character Mark grew up in sort of the military, and we understand that the Seeker is actually a bad person, that if he ever comes about, that we need to turn him into the authorities because he's going to basically ruin the whole situation. It's actually not the case at all. The Seeker is actually the good guy, but my character rather learns that throughout the whole episode, and we actually think we're potentially brothers for a lot of this episode. So there's this challenge of Mark who's like, I'm not sure if I should turn him in. He's my brother, he's family, I've just met the guy, but then this like moral, the weight of doing the right thing, or what he thinks. Anyway, long story short, I turn him into the authorities, and I remember. And this is, I was learning a lot on the job, but I remember we had to walk up these steps because he was about to be publicly executed, and I think having his head chopped off or something like that. And you don't see it, don't worry, because it doesn't happen. But I had to like shove him down on this chopping block, where he was about to be executed, and I said something like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Was that too hard?" He's like, "No, it's totally fine. Like, feel it. It looks like wood, but I put my finger on it and and it's like sponge. I actually like it went into the. So it's amazing what they do with all these set pieces and things, how they make it look so real, but obviously keeping it nice and safe for everybody. Very grateful for that. But these set designers and things are so fantastic. We had an amazing set designer on Power Rangers as well, and so just so cool to be there. But they actually had a village that they created, and just really wonderful. First experience of being on my first ever TV show. So yay.
I was watching clips of that, and you just nailed it, sir. Just like Dino Charge, you nailed it.
Oh, thanks, man.
I gotta ask you too. Which one had the best cake? I know I asked this on the first one though, but now that we asked Legend of Seekers, which one had the best catering scene? Power Rangers or Legend?
Catering.
I love food.
Oh, I love food too.
He is a foodie.
Do you know what I remember on Legend of the Seeker for breakfast. I think it was like a buffet with bacon and eggs, and I think it was like sausages, like scrambled eggs and stuff, and it was I think it stuck with me because it was my first experience of just having all this food. And it's really dangerous being on set because it's not just the meals that they prepare and it's really yummy food, but they actually have what in the States they call a craft table, I'm pretty sure. And it's like just snacks that you can have the whole day if you're not careful. And so you'd have to potentially get somebody to roll you out, back to the car or back to your house because you've eaten, all the food. So you've really got to pace yourself. So yeah, but very grateful that all these people are, they're amazing at looking after cast and crew. Like, it's a big production, right? Like I've said before, I think it's, one massive team effort. And it's amazing what all sort of comes together, including the food. It's great. Yeah.
You can't go wrong with any food.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you from an actor's perspective, because you're a veteran actor, though. Like, and this was the next question I had. How do you balance any character you play with your own personality? Like, what's the key to making your character feel authentic, though?
Is that mine?
Don't worry, Kwame. I'm going to give you another question.
Okay.
You can actually steal one of mine, Kwame. You can steal mine. I stole yours. You can steal mine.
Have you all got each other's questions on the list? Is that what?
No, I asked the question that was nearby, but you know what? It's fair, Kwame. You can steal one of mine.
Nice.
All right.
So, but yeah, what makes the authentic character, like, in your opinion?
An authentic character?
Like that's very akin to yourself. Like, how do you get to portray, like, for instance, Chase Randall? Like, would you say that Chase Randall is very similar to, like, your person, like very similar to James Davies, and vice versa, or no?
Yeah, I think there are definitely some parts of my personality that I sort of relaxed and allowed, parts of my personality to sort of amalgamate, I guess, with the character. It is fun because I heard it like this, and I may have said this before, but it's like a soundboard where you've got all these little dials that you can either turn up or down, and you've got James Davies in this example, James Davies, at the top, and then you've got the character down the bottom, and you can either turn up parts that are more similar, or you think you're exactly right, are going to be more accommodating to the character, I guess, complimentary, or you can turn it down, and then you've got to, if it's not something you've ever experienced before, and you need to relate to this character, you need to figure out how to relate to the character, right? Whether the person's a real bad person, or a really lovely person, you've got to figure it out. And so that's where a lot of research can come in, and imagination. There's so much play that goes on to creating a character. It's really, really fun. So I would definitely say that there are some things that I allowed to, that are similar, if not just me, just hanging out and having fun. But yeah, and then there are other parts that either the script influences, or the history that or even the people that you're working with, and the scenario, right? Like, I've never tried to save the world from gigantic monsters, but we've got to figure out what it, but you just all vibe together and trust that the director knows what they want as well, so yeah, it's so much fun, and then you see the finished product and you're like, well, that works. Yay. That's so fun.
A little from column A, a little from column B, right?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Totally agree.
Yeah. So it's fun.
Kwam, I stole your question, so you can go ahead and steal one of mine. You get the next question.
Better be a good one, Kwame.
I am reading it right now. All right.
Cool. Take your time. We got.
Here we go. All right. How did you work with the stunt team to create the Black Dino Charge Rangers action sequence when you were unmorphed? Like, I've always wondered what it's like to be on the wire rigs in the industry.
I was only. Yeah, that's a really, really cool question. I love that you're asking about the stunts as well, because I don't think that the stunt artists really. You obviously get the people that are acting in as the characters that everybody sees, the faces and stuff. Mm-hmm. But so often, more often than not, when it comes to stunts, it's amazing, really well-trained stunt artists that put themselves in harm's way, really. And so there's so much respect to all of them. And the fact that they throw themselves about and they all have really great attitudes is really it's really inspiring. So it was cool. Like, any time that we were working out of the suit, excuse me, we obviously, I remember when we came back for Beast Morphers.
Yeah,
because that's the most recent Power Rangers thing that we worked on. There was a scene where we all were fighting out of costume, and so we were on set on the grass in the forest, and we just went through all the bits. It's like learning a dance, right? You learn it, you see what works, and then you just go for gold. And sometimes the camera sees all of it, sometimes the camera sees a moment of it, and you've just got to keep on staying in character and focused and committed to the scene, right? So, there's a bit of rehearsal, and as you practice and practice and practice that, like learning lines, you get quicker and quicker in picking it up. So yeah, it's exhilarating, it's humbling, because you're working with people that are like way better than you at doing stunts, right? And then and then you get some people like Yoshi, who's actually did that professionally. I'm not sure if he's doing any of that now, but I think that was his background first, before getting into acting, especially Power Rangers. So he brought all of that to the table as well, and I'm pretty sure really inspired and influenced Brennan with what he's now doing as well, or one of the many things he's now doing. So and he's doing so well. They're both doing amazingly well. I'm so happy for them, and all of the guys that I've kept in touch with. So amazing work, humbling. You learn a lot on the job. They obviously take you, before you even start filming Power Rangers, or before we did, they take you through some exercises and stuff for the first maybe week or two, so you get an idea of what it's like to dive over something safely, or all of those things, just in case.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, man. And then I remember there was one one scene where one of the guys actually he was prepping for he had just done it was either a single or double forward somersault off a second story of a building in one of the episodes. It was amazing. It's just these guys, I don't know if they have no fear or they're just really good at just doing it anyway. But it's very, very cool to see what they do and to learn from them. Yeah,
They have a lot of guts, I think, right?
They have so much guts.
So much guts, absolutely. Sorry, what were you saying, Danny? Dan.
Yeah.
Daniel. Sorry, man.
I think it was Alpha Stunts you guys had, right? I believe. The stunts, they're amazing.
So the specialized Japanese team. We also had, so those were the core stunt team, and then we also had people from New Zealand as well join us later on. Yeah, later on. I think in Supercharge, I think it was. But anyway, yeah, very cool. They're amazing. So amazing. And lovely, lovely people, and so much fun to hang out with. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shout out to the crew.
Heck yeah, absolutely. All of them.
Now we're gonna break the ice in the room for a second here. Daniel, you've been very quiet, and I apologize. You know, you've been very quiet though, so we want to hear your voice though. I feel like you've been standing it. We need to hear your voice, man. So, your first comment or question you have for the legendary James Davey?
We need to hear your voice, Daniel, and your
sorry,
accent.
I was just trying to pay attention. Didn't want to talk over the top of you, but also like when you're looking at this, like you like the camera's up here, and then you're looking down the footage because like you. I mean, when we met at Power Morphicon, I had glasses on because I'm short-sighted, so I don't need them now. But anyway, ever since like from Ninja Storm all the way to Cosmic Fury, when Power Rangers did production in New Zealand, maybe you might have been asked this question before. We have seen a lot of New Zealand and Australian actors do American accents. Even Ari did a Scottish accent.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
But one of my the question is like, since a lot can change between audition to production or filming, the character of Chase, was Chase always supposed to be from New Zealand, or was he originally pitched as like an American, but then they decided like your voice is better as on its own and change the character at the last minute or something?
Yeah,
because a lot can change.
Yeah, I love that question. I love all these questions. It's so fun. To be perfectly honest with you, Daniel, I'm either slightly nervous to ask Chip Lynn what the situation was with that, or it was just always going to be a Kiwi. I mean, they definitely did the Kiwi as in like short for somebody from New Zealand. Obviously, they went pretty hardcore in the sort of the New Zealand theme with the Kiwi bird on the Chaser's skateboard and the Kiwis on the underneath of the skateboard. So I'm guessing it was potentially always going to be that way. Or maybe it was always going to be one of the characters. I'm not 100% sure. I know that when you first audition, you're just sort of auditioning for a role. I don't remember auditioning for a specific role when I first, specific color Power Ranger when I first auditioned, and then they'll give you a clue. Like my agent asked me to wear a black T-shirt, which is like, yeah, okay. So to be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'll ask Chip one day, and maybe he'll just be like, James, I'm sorry, your American accent was so terrible. You need to work on it. And do you know what? He's such a lovely guy, and I'm sure he wouldn't say it like that. But I don't think that's the case, because if they really wanted me to have spoken with an American accent, they would have taken what I was already doing, and they would have probably gotten a dialect coach in to help me with the accent, which they do for lots of TV series and films anyway, and for theatre, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. So I'm pretty sure he was destined to be a Kiwi the whole time.
I don't think it would have been the same if it was an American accent.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, because your accent fits Chase's character pretty well, because it wouldn't sound the same. Like it's saying, sometimes when you see all those other actors like that have done it, because Anna Hutchison has done an American accent, Rose McIver's done an American accent, Kelson Henderson has done a couple of American accents, and sometimes they pull it off so well. Like it's like when you meet them, it's like I thought you were American.
You lied to us this whole time. Yeah.
Been deceived.
James,
when you do your recording and such, especially there was a one episode of Dino Charge where your characters swapped bodies, and
yes,
epic episode.
It was so much fun.
We have seen in past Power Rangers seasons, sometimes when they swap bodies, the voices still stay the same, but in your one, your voice went into Yoshi's body. So, like, how did it feel like recording your voice and such for Yoshi's body, and also Yoshi recording his voice and you doing Koda's actions?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm not 100% sure if I remember exactly how it felt. It was probably all fun and games, because obviously there's Yoshi and I have to like dub over him. It was honestly, after watching and being around Yoshi Sadasu and how he portrayed Coda for months, I think, by that point. It was so much fun to have the opportunity to kind of have a play with what he had sort of already done. And so it was really, really fun to be able to like sit like him and like just get real messy and, I think there might have been something to do with a burger and one of that, maybe. Anyway, so it was really, really fun. I personally think I would have really enjoyed to have our voices stay as our voices. So Yoshi do the funny like Kiwi accent and me do the whole sort of caveman / slightly, the whole American vibe. I think that would have been really, really funny. And I don't know whose decision that was. Obviously it worked the way that they did it. It's just my personal preference, and that's absolutely fine. But all in all, the whole experience was really fun to play Coda for a moment, and it's good.
That's good.
Yeah, and also a little bit of it was fresh because we'd been doing our own characters for a wee while, right? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Peter. I just wanted to add that on. So we'd been doing our own characters for months, perhaps at this point, and then we just got to play with something else, and so that was really cool. Not that it was, I really, I love that I played Chase. I'm very grateful for it. But it's just really fun to try something different for a moment. It's really cool. So yes. Anyway, Peter, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I just want to say we got a couple more questions before we wrap up here, though. I just want to say too, before we get to those questions, though, that in regards to what you said about American accent, I'm going to tell you what I told Katrina Brown, who I had on the show, who was one of my idols, and she was on Power Rangers Ninja Storm as one of the main villains, and she's also a New Zealand actress. And I always said that New Zealand always produces some of the fucking most talented people ever. I mean, like Power Rangers. I should say that Power Rangers produces some of the most talented people ever. I mean, yourself, Trina Brown, like especially during the New Zealand era.
Thanks, man.
But the thing I was gonna say to you, like in regards to accent though, like you can do any accent, James, and it will always be 1,000 times better than mine, and I am American. I will tell. I said that to Kat. I said that Kat Brown. I'll tell you this too. You can do any kind of American accent, and it'll still be 1,000 times better than mine. And I'm American.
That's a lovely and very humble thing to say, but I think I would work quite a lot to get it sounding as natural as your accent, good sir. So yes, you all have fantastic accents, by the way. Really enjoy them. Yeah, so very cool.
I gotta ask you also too, James, like you've been on the receiving end of both crossovers coming into your show and then going on to their show for a team up though. Do you prefer like being the ones wearing the white home jersey or being the ones being the colored visitors jersey?
I think I prefer that's a tough one, man. I mean, it's a tough one because it's super lovely on both sides of that coin. Something really lovely about having done something for such a long time and then coming back into it like years later, and having, like I said before, the sort of like the very familiar slippers or pair of shoes or whatever that you just slip on. You're like, yeah, okay, this is right. But and also to have also sort of to watch the guys in Beast Morphers. Obviously they were the main focus, so to sort of be there, hopefully it felt that way to them, but be there to almost be in support of their fantastic work that they had been doing, and of course some of these guys that I worked with on Dino Charge and Supercharge I hadn't seen in like a while. So it was just so nice to see these guys again, and but honestly, and then you've got 8 months of filming Dino Charge and Supercharge, and being a team and being a family and having your own sort of special episodes, and then supporting your mates doing really awesome episodes, and And so there's something really special about that. So I mean, I really appreciate any opportunity when we get to, you know, film on a set or anything. So both really has, I know this is a really diplomatic way of saying it, but both have real wonderful things about it. So I know it sort of doesn't answer your question, but does at the same time. But I like it both. It's like choosing, you know, if you have kids and you're like, which one's my favorite? Exactly, and you're like, well, I love you both equally. You know, there are wonderful things about both. But overall, it's just such a privilege to have the opportunity. And like I say to so many people, and I can continue to say it to you and everybody that views this show, that you know, everybody that supported the show for 32 years, you said, of Power Rangers. If it weren't for people supporting it, it wouldn't have continued going.
Absolutely.
So it's I'm not only grateful for the opportunity for the people who put their faith in me to actually, you know, I guess carry the baton for the next couple of episodes for a character that I played in Power Rangers, but all the people that have supported and watched the show on and off or the whole time for 32 years. Because there's some long time supporters, right? So very grateful. So yes, massive opportunity, a massive privilege for both situations. There you go.
I love it. And by the way, James,
That was a big one.
Let me just say this too, James. Before we get to Kwame, Daniel, and Dan's final question or comment, though, I just want to say, because nobody's gonna say it, so I'm gonna say it to you. You are a very, I mean, you and Chase Randolph are a very positive influence. I mean, I love your positive personality, your positive optimism, and so unfortunately my co-star Jess is not here because she would have loved to hear that one. But I'm saying, like, James, you have this positive optimism, and as well as Chase, that just rubs on me the way that influences and inspires me to be that very same way. With that being said, you are a man of positivity. Any words to the viewers you would like to share at home, we're watching right now?
Well, first of all, thank you for the compliment. It's like you're all absolutely wonderful from what I know of you, and it's a privilege to see you again for the second time. But you're all so wonderful, and I love the energy of this show. I really appreciate it. It's so much fun to come on. So as soon as Peter, you messaged me, do you want to do this interview again? I was like, heck yeah, man, that's so much fun. So anytime, man.
Is there a potential part 3 in the future?
Yeah. Well, no pressure, but just let me know. Maybe a year's time or whatever.
And I apologize, Dan. I asked your question. I'm sorry. That was your question. You usually ask that question. You're like, will you come back on?
Oh, fine. Okay, well, I haven't necessarily answered it, so but
you're always welcome to come on, James. Always.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna shut my mouth and I'm gonna let my co-host give their final comments and questions before I get to mine. So, Dan, your final question and/or comment for the legendary James Davies.
Okay, he didn't answer though. You gotta let him answer.
Wait, answer
That's
what?
okay. That's okay.
We're gonna do a suspense, Dan. We're gonna save this for the end of the show.
Oh yes, please do a to be continued.
Yes,
please.
Yes, we're gonna do a cliffhanger.
Okay.
Make it like JoJo, JoJo's
Yeah, let's do one of those Power Rangers episodes. To be continued.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's so
James. James, it's a pleasure, man. You're a great dude. But my final question would be, what do you? Well, actually, a couple things. First, I loved you in Legend. I loved Legend of the Secret. I watched Power Rangers, and then Legend of the Secret right after. So just had to get that out of the way. But my question would be, knowing your history, what do you prefer, stage or screen, like theater or TV?
Do you know what? At the moment, I prefer screen, I think. But I've been doing that a lot more in the past sort of 15 years or so than I have theatre. So I really love there's an element of what's going to happen when you're when you're doing screen that because sometimes you don't rehearse for these scenes, right? You just you practice your own lines, and then you sort of go with open hands with your teammates, going, how are we gonna work on this? How are we gonna do this together? And one person opens their mouth, then the other person has to just naturally react. So it sort of keeps you on your toes, and I really love. That's just one of the many aspects of screen that I really, really love. Theatre is another kettle of fish that obviously screen and theatre has similarities. I love them both, but at the moment, I think screen. Next time you see me, it might be different because I'm now in the UK and I might be doing some theatre at some point. But my focus currently is screen, and I really enjoy screen, and I've learnt so much about acting through working on TV and film projects over the years. So, but there are wonderful things about both. I really, really appreciate and enjoy them both. But yes, screen. This is a short answer after the long answer.
What's interesting is you and Claire are the only ones. Like, she went back to theater now, but what's cool is you both are theater people. And I mean, I haven't been to a show in years. I want to go back to the. There are a couple of shows here. I want to see The Lion King on stage because
I've seen it. I've seen it on my 9th birthday.
Book of Mormon. They're all really good. Kinky Boots was really good.
Okay.
But just so I love both. Like, it's sad, like over here, theater's kind of dying. But I love both. I love because again, like theater, you never know what you're gonna get, and then just screen. I love I direct and do my own stuff. So I love both. But it's just you got to have. I think you need both, especially that's what they used to do in the old days. They had a lot of I think Chaplin started in theater, and I know the Three Stooges. They started in vaudeville, and then they went to TV and stuff like that. So it's just I appreciate both. So.
Yeah, it's really cool. And there's with a live audience, it's quite different to having a camera.
Yep.
Close to your face potentially. So it's really the energy in a live audience situation is really amazing to experience. But also in screen, it's really amazing to experience too. It's just very different.
I miss that too with sitcoms because nowadays it's all the fake laughter. They put in the laughter after, and sometimes the joke isn't even funny. But just with the live studio audience, it's better. You get more real interactions and real acting. So.
Right. Like Friends, I guess, right?
Yeah. But
Friends had a live audience, didn't they?
What?
I don't know if they did. Maybe they did.
Did they not have a live audience? Friends?
Who knows?
I thought they did.
Big Bang Theory, maybe? I'm not sure.
I think they had. I think that was fake. I think
it was. Really?
They put in the audience and they add the laughter in with laugh tracks.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Probably.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting how times can change some things, eh?
Literally.
There's a thing on YouTube, you can see Seinfeld without the laugh track, even though I think Seinfeld's hilarious, but you can see when if a joke actually worked or if it didn't work. So
right.
Pretty interesting. Yeah.
Funny. And I guess it's just like music done well, it can really encourage a feeling, can't it, of suspense or light and fluffy vibes, or do you know what I mean? So it's I guess that's all part and parcel of certain projects that have that kind of thing. It's cool.
Totally.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you at Ranger Stop, James, and this was so great. And again, thanks, Pete, for having me on. And again, just looking forward to seeing you at Ranger Stop this weekend, James. It's gonna be a great time.
Same here, man. Please, you have to come and say hi. Please.
I will.
Good. Awesome. It'd be great to see you.
well, Dan. Much like James, you're always welcome to come on anytime you want. Love you, brother. And from one Dan to another Dan, Daniel. Your final comment for the legendary James Davies.
Yeah. So, for years, this is more of a comment before the question, but for years I've been working on my own idea for Power Rangers. It's called Power Rangers Ancient World. And while I was writing the idea for this, It was during the time Samurai was ending and Megaforce was beginning, so the Samurai and Megaforce teams are part of the series as the mentors. But one of the monsters for the week that I thought of is actually named Sledge. And the
Hey!
reason why it'd be called Sledge is because his main weapon is a sledgehammer. And like,
yeah, that makes sense.
Then
That makes
Dino
sense.
Charge came out, and then I was thinking like they thought of the idea. Like, I can't believe I thought of the idea for a monster named Sledge before Dino Charge did. So now like I've had to change the character a little bit to make the monster of the week would get angry whenever he gets compared to Dino Charge's Sledge, because it's actually strange that throughout Power Rangers we rarely see a character have the same first name as a character from a previous incarnation. Yeah, because we haven't had another Chase in Power Rangers before, and maybe, who knows, maybe we might, but maybe not. But but since here in Melbourne we have Supernova and Oz Comic Con someday throughout the year, my friend Jacob sometimes comes from Queensland to attend Supernova Oz Comic Con, and you have done an interview on his show before. He's has his YouTube channel called The Galaxy Man Show.
Oh yes, yep, of course, lovely guy. Yep.
Yeah, and well, my friend Jeremy also sometimes he has a booth sometimes where he sells his Power Ranger toys. So maybe he might try to, maybe if he can, if he has a booth at Supernova Oz Comic Con, maybe he might try to get in contact with you to come down.
I would love that. Really, I've been trying to get over to Australia for, was it last year and possibly some of this year. I was in contact. It was going ahead, but then it just didn't quite happen, which is okay. It'll happen at some point, hopefully. But yeah, that would be really great to hang out in Aussie.
I mean, with the currency, because the Australian dollar is like at 65 US cents, so that means it'll be cheaper for Petey and them to come down to Australia.
There you go.
Yeah, and all that sort of stuff. So dang it, I thought it was. I lost the train of thought.
That's okay. You were talking about your ancient world stuff and the reincarnation.
I have put some of the episodes. I've written some of them and putting them on fanfiction.net, but all I've written so far is the prologue in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because like so many things. Even also, here's another thing in Ancient World. There's supposed to be one episode which I told Eka Darville about this at Supernova back in 2016. There was supposed to be a resolution to the end of RPM where, like, in this episode of Ancient World, like, the Morpher, the main villain, Arana, she brings, like, the Morpher to our world. Scott tries to get it. He tries to morph it to fight the mummy drones, which are the foot soldiers, which are, because it's an ancient Egyptian theme, so the mummy, because they're like half decayed flesh and wrapped in bandages. But anyway, so he tries to morph, but then something happens, and then we hear news about a Red Ranger attacking people, and then when we go to confront Scott, Scott is like all these wires like coming out of the suit, the skin, and then all of a sudden it's like saying like, "What's wrong, Scott?" And then in a voice it's like saying, "Didn't Dr. K tell you about me?" And they'd be like, "Venjix." My team would later defeat Venjix in the episode and defeat him for good, and then Beast Morphers have actually defeated Venjix as Evox. So first I had like a monster named Sledge, and then defeating Venjix. It's like I sometimes think, is there secretly a chip in my head taking my ideas?
They're just logging onto your computer like, what is it? I like that one. Let's use that name. Yeah.
This is before I started typing it down, so it's like, is there a chip in my brain or something?
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Well, it sounds like you've got a real artistic streak on the writing front there. So it'd be cool to check out some of your work.
Yeah. So go on maybe try Googling Power Rangers Ancient World. It will be Ancient World Season 1 on fanfiction.net. And also, like some of the other people who are either watching or in the chat, if you want to see James's interview with my friend Jacob, try to look up The Galaxy Man Show on YouTube. And he has done interviews with maybe some other Rangers like Milo and Allison, Kipperman Sutherland. And he also does interviews with with musicians and all this sort of stuff from Australia. And so like I said, if you can, try to look up the Galaxy Man show and see if you can find James's interview with him and see what happens in that.
That's very cool. We actually, you mentioned Ika Darville, lovely guy from memory. We actually worked together years ago on a commercial in New Zealand for Nintendo Wii Sport, and we were doing, I think it was sword fighting that we were doing on the
fencing.
Yeah, fencing.
Fencing.
Swords?
Yeah, oh mate, it was years ago. It was like 2000. It might have been right? 2007, 2008, maybe.
No, wait.
Maybe 2009.
It was 6. I think it was 2006 because I swear that's when Wii Sports first came on.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was 2006 because I don't think I was doing commercials at that point.
Was it 2007 or 8?
So maybe it was a later edition of Wii Sport. I'm not sure. But anyway, it was really lovely to meet him and so cool to see that he's gone on to do some amazing things and will continue to do so. And he's just it would be really cool to see him again after all these years. But yeah,
he's got to do more cons. That guy's a great dude.
You gonna say something, brother? Kwame.
Is it my turn yet?
Go for gold, man.
We're just about to get to you, brother Kwame.
Do it, Kwame.
Your final comment.
What you got, mate?
Glad you're back here, James, because I was waiting for we were hoping to get you back here.
Thanks, man. Lovely to see you all again.
To tell you my little project I'm doing with my girlfriend because, like I said, my girlfriend has a lot of respect for you, and you are one of her favorite Power Rangers. And also, the good news is, just one more day left to go, and she'll be here in the UK.
Yeah, where is she from?
She's from the USA, and she's one of our co-hosts.
Amazing! That's so cool. It'll be lovely to maybe we can all meet on the next interview or something. She can be like, "Hello."
By the way, for my universe and project I'm doing, I never had the chance to finish it because last time we had so many of us. Basically, I'm doing something that's Sonic the Hedgehog related, and because I wanted to base your character's a natural Parasaurus. But don't worry, he still has Chase's personality and everything from Dino Charge, because I wanted to do it to show my respect for you, because I'm kind of doing the whole multiverse thing. Like, there's the Dino Charge universe, Dino Thunder, and also there's Dino Fury and there's Mighty Morphin. There's 4 separate universes in the Sonic universe. I kind of wanted to do with my girlfriend.
Hang on. So it's Power Rangers and Sonic the Hedgehog mixed?
A crossover?
Yeah,
that's right. So fun.
Yeah, but
that is so fun.
Cool part. Here's the cool part. You know your Zords, your Megazords. They're not mechanical. They're flesh and blood. They're actual dinosaurs.
Yay! That's cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Worry. Yeah, I'm still going to be calling your character Chase the Parasaurus. Basically, in that universe, it's a technological universe where it's similar to how Dino Charge was. You know how your team changed history and the dinosaurs never became extinct.
Yeah.
Imagine it as Jurassic World. Think about it, guys. It's like Jurassic World.
Wowzers.
Yeah. Sooner or later, there is going to be a catastrophe event because my main antagonist for my universe that my girlfriend are doing, his name is Critus the Hedgehog. He's the evil auntie of one of my main characters. He's based off of me, basically. He wants to conquer the multiverse and all universes in his way because all he wants is annihilation on everything.
Charming.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't sound like you at all, Kwame.
No, I know. Critus is the evil version of my character. The good version is my character, Kwame the Hedgehog. He wants to save the multiverse. And don't worry, this is when your character will come into the main universe, basically. All dinos unite!
Heck yeah! It'll be really fun. If it's like a technological world, like you say, it could be so cool at some point to have the dinosaurs be like cyborgs, like part robot, part... Do you know what I mean? That could be fun.
Yeah.
That could be
part
fun.
Robot, part organic.
Yeah. Not that it needs to be, but I thought of the idea when you were talking about it before. So
you're a genius.
Like my foot soldiers.
I love the idea.
You're a freaking genius, James.
Fun. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
You can have the idea if you like. For
I'm
free!
gonna make sure my girlfriend hears about this, and also I will tell her that I got to see you again, and I'll make sure to tell her you said hi.
Yeah, please do. I do
it.
definitely say hi.
You got it.
Yeah.
Anyways, Peter, take it away.
James, before I get to my final comment, though, and I got a lot of, by the way, I'm gonna be spouting, positive things until I'm blue in the face with you. But before I get into that, though, I want to get to the final question I have for you. And you've been on the show before, and we could go ahead and take this board away because questions are done. So the next question I have for you is, what's next for James Davey? Now, of course, you've been a part of the show before. This is the part where it's open mic, open forum. You can say anything you like. I am passing the proverbial microphone. You can see it right here.
And mine too.
Is
I've got mine too for you.
Davies. Say whatever you like.
Thank you so much. Whoa. So really, I'm just deciding. It's a really big time in my life where I'm deciding where I'm going to be based for the next however long. I've got a trip. Originally, I had a trip, a return flight back to New Zealand, and end of this month. And just between us and everybody else that's watching or was going to watch, I'm seriously thinking about staying in the UK for a little while longer.
Please do.
And
yeah,
thank you. There's just so much over this side of the world to explore, people to meet, people to network with, people to work with. I'm as of this year, I'm getting back into the arts again. So acting again, and whatnot. And so it's going to be so cool to collaborate with people, learn from people, and England has such a history of that. Like the US does as well, has a huge history in the arts and a lot of support, which also then means a lot of opportunity. There's opportunity in New Zealand, but at the moment I feel like here is perhaps where I should be for a while. And it's so lovely to get to know my family a bit more over here, because this is only the second technically third time, but I've only been here 2 or 3 times, and so I've got so much to explore and whatnot. So yes. So that's that. No productions as of yet that I can, but I'm going to be sourcing an agent and then auditioning for things, and then going to be smashing it and stuff. And so getting back into shape at the moment, and it's loads of fun. Just doing it gradually, and the long term plan is what I'm looking at, as opposed to just doing things quickly and so it's loads of fun. It's really good.
Well, you always have our support, James, and I'm going to make my final comment too. But before I do, though, and this is the part where, I can just go on and on and just say the most nicest things until I'm blue in the face. But I'm just going to say this too. I said this before on the other show, and I don't care if I sound like a broken record. And I'm going to try to get through this with this terrible cough I have before it kicks my ass.
You're doing well so far, Pete.
Surprisingly, and I apologize again to everyone here, and I apologize people watching. Been fighting a very bad cough, but I was not going to say no to our wonderful guest star, and I wasn't going to say no to our wonderful co-host this evening, though. I want to make sure we did tonight's episode, and I'm going to try to get through my final comment without this cough kicking my ass. And I'm going to say this to you, James, that you have this incredible gift, and I said it before on the last show, and this is a trademark. My other co-host is not here to tell me I sound like a broken record, so I'm going to say it right now, whether he likes it or not. And that is, you have this incredible gift, James, where you could take a 35-year-old fan, soon to be 36, I'm not ashamed to say it, I'm going to be 36 in 2 more months, a 36-year-old fan, and bring him way down here and make him feel like a little kid watching Power Rangers Dino Charge.
Oh. It's so lovely. It's honestly, you're all so wonderful, and yeah, isn't it so cool that we have the opportunity to hang out and share, little bits of gifts together and just hang out and have a great time. And you're all just so wonderful. So it's yeah, I'm
You're
really
wonderful,
grateful.
James. You're wonderful, James. I was thinking,
Yeah.
there's two
Guys.
I mean, I love all the episodes I
all
had on
we
my
do.
show, but there's two like Power Ranger like stars that I had that I just when I look at them, they have such a radiant smile, such a warm smile. Like if like I said, if hugs could be a picture, that would be you, sir. But I would say this too. Like it's you and Mystic Force Green Ranger Richard Brand Cassiano. Like when I see you two guys, it's like I just see two genuine cool human beings and two cool dudes.
Oh, that's lovely.
And
That's lovely.
And I'm gonna send you a copy of this interview today because everyone knows here, Kwame, Dan. You know how I get this up like literally in 3 hours, not even.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have this interview up for you, and I'm gonna send you a copy of it immediately when it's done. But before we conclude, James, I want to thank you for this amazing interview, part 2 interview. I can't wait if you come up for part 3. I can't wait for part 3. I would love to have you on, but let me say this before I sound like a babbling idiot. So, guys, when you're ready, this is for you, James, and that is thank you, Davey. Thank you, Davey. Chase Randolph. Thank you, Davey. Chase Randolph. But it was a pleasure having you on. Everyone have a great night, and I will see everyone in the future soon. Thank you.
See you.
Thank you, James.
See you this
See you
weekend.
later, guys. It's so good to see you all.